Namaste, everyone. Today, in this episode, we're going to talk about protection, being a human, loving another human, and giving everything in a relationship, in a friendship, and to our family members or anybody. And we're going to talk about mostly going into the fantasy world and how it affects and blah, blah, blah. So, welcome to another episode. I had this idea to talk about protection because I remember protecting the loved one in the past. I remember that I wanted always to protect the people that I really loved. Even when I was in ninth grade or right now, it hasn't changed at all. Like I always want to protect the people, always want to know what's going on in their life so that and I felt like I'm such a selfish person to think like this. Like, why do I need to know every detail about their life so that I could feel peace? So is it all about my peace and not really theirs? So I started to put them first and now me. So I was like, you know what? Do not tell me what's going on. And that's completely all right. It just makes me sad that they do not include me. But you know what? At least like you're happy. But then what happens is when we find out that the person is not really happy, even with or without us, we feel like we were maybe never the problem, but it's just their circumstance. So I go out, run a marathon to protect them and everything. And that's so bullshit because, I mean, it's completely alright if you're a human and think like, uh, think like this, that you want to protect the person that you really, really love. And we want to carry them along with us because we think that we have the responsibility of them. And we just create this idea of the person and really love that and then just keep them with us because in our imagination they really want to get protected by us. There are so many songs that also call out, singers that call out in their lyrics that they also want to protect the person. And I can feel that, and a lot of you can as well, because if you have loved somebody in your past or even if your family or anybody, you really want to protect them. You really want them to be safe so that you could be in peace. Then I started to think, is there anybody to protect me? Is there anybody taking the charge to take care of myself? They have themselves at the end of the day, but will I have myself at the end of the day if they reject me? If I lose myself, I would not be able to even help myself. And that would be so bad. And I'll just go into the whole limbic distortion, where your limbic system, where you will trigger anxiety, depression, and everything. Your limbic system would not work properly. That's what we call as limbic distortion. You can search as limbic disruption and limbic distortion, and there are techniques to heal it. So now I wanted to talk about protection and fantasy world. They are kind of interconnected. We have this idea of the person that we love more than the person itself, and that's what I've figured out. I love the idea of them being so perfect. And then I'm like, I am disappointed by the person. You will be disappointed by the person because you created this whole ass idea about them. This is what they're going to be. This is where they fit, like a puzzle piece. They're not a puzzle piece. They're just a human. You have to see a human just as a human. And do not talk to them when you think that it's not giving you anything, when you think that it's not giving any value in your life. You have to stop protecting people. It's not really your job to do that. Your job is to protect yourself, maybe your family, but mostly your job is to take care of yourself. And if somebody asks help, then only you can help it. My mom really says that if somebody asks help them out. But do not go and offer so many help when they are not even ready to take it in. Just let them know that you are there if they need it. And if you cannot see them, oh, where are they? I told them that I'm gonna help you out, but they're not here. They're not asking for help. You feel so sad. You feel like you are the problem. You are not the problem. Their mental peace or their ego or their whatever is not in the right place to ask for help, and that's not really your fault. You go into this fantasy magical world where everybody loves you, you are protecting them, and then you keep on loving the person, maybe in a relationship or like in a friendship. You're just like keep pushing it so much, keep forcing it so much to the point where you are very tired and then you get disappointed by the person. You will be disappointed because they are not them. They're just the idea. See, manifesting is different and being delusional all the time is so different. I can understand that delusion sometimes really help you to create the reality that you want, but there's another thing called as law of assumption for that, not really delusion. So you can check out law of assumption on YouTube, but you do not have to be delusional all the time, because sometimes a lot of people who are not healed will choose escapism as delusionship. They are in love with their magical fantasy world where everybody loves them, and that also causes narcissism. And I'm not saying like narcissism is like a light word. Narcissism is a very heavy word, and even in like psych major, people do not really use it a lot because it is definitely a heavy word. But I'm just saying that it eventually leads to self-obsession, and I'm sure that at up to some point it's beautiful, it's nice to love yourself, and I do that as well, you know. I always think like, oh, everybody loves me, and what's the issue with that? Right? Like sometimes you have to be in delusion where why people attacking you, but I'm just saying that being all the time there and then having the consequences of like not taking the responsibility of your action and saying, oh no, everybody loves me, I did this, I hurt somebody. But could be, you know, like sometimes I feel very shivery in my legs when I'm very scared. So, and one of my teachers, she taught me like just have to sit with yourself. And when it comes to being scared of something, right? I asked her that, you know, this exam, I'm very scared and I have to do this and that and applications and everything. And, you know, almost teenager problem. And she was my senior, she helped me out. She said, you have to sit with yourself. Look which body part is it, identify like which physical body part it is. Sometimes it could be legs, your arms, your chest. Mostly it has chest and legs for me, but it differs for a lot of people. You have to look where the problem is, sit with it, ask it, what do you want, like, what's going on, and like everything, and you will get the answer. You will get the answer when you are like, what do you want, what's going on, and these type of questions. You have to talk with that part. You have to talk with that little child inside of you. Why am I saying child? Because I saw this video, the guy said, like, it was a therapist actually. The therapist said, if you feel things in your chest, it's just an example. If you things feels in your chest and you ask what's going on, and it gives you answer that, oh, I just want to relax, or I just want to like stay in this moment, like I just want to be in peace, I just want some attention. The guy said in response, he said, I just want some attention. So he said, the therapist said, you want attention because that little child in you wants some attention. And that wasn't you speaking, that was your inner child speaking. So why we are in delusion? Why? Because we think our little inner child wants attention all the time. We want attention all the time. As a child, you did not get it. So now you're craving for it all the day. You know, you're craving for it because you think that at least in your delusion, at least in your delusional world, you are getting it. So you're happy in it. But when you're not even there to take the responsibility of the problems that you have occurred or anything that you have did, like that is very problematic. That's when you should understand that reality is, of course, you have a panic attack, when you have an anxiety attack, just sit with it. Sit with the body. Do not be scared, because once you are facing things that you're very scared in your delusion, or like just like sitting like there, right? Like the physical pain. If you're just like sitting here and noticing the physical pain, then you won't be scared anymore, because you went through it right now and you're okay. My senior made me do this exercise. She said, like, just like meditate for a second, see where it is, and then feel it. Ask questions. Then when you're done with it, you open up your eye. You have left the fear. You now that the fear left because you talked to the fear. Now the fear left because the fear wanted the attention. and you make distortion due to your brain not working properly because of anxiety, depression, and everything. You're creating the magic fantasy world instead of healing the inner child. The solution is to heal the inner child. The solution is to sit with it. It could be very uncomfortable, but you just have to notice it. It's like a battle that you're fighting. It will be like a battle that you're fighting. You have to do this alone. If you cannot do this alone, like, tell your friends that, hey, like, I think I'm gonna like sit with my emotions. I may cry, but I would need your shoulder. Just like help me out. And if the friend is very nice, they will be there for you. And could be siblings for some people. My sister's very like my best friend types. So I sometimes go to her with my problems, and it really helps me out. So you can just like go to somebody where you feel very free to say stuff, and you don't have to pretend to somebody else, and that really helps. So I hope this video really helped you out with coming out of the fucking delusion and everything. And I hope you know that protection is like a normal human thing. You just want to protect the person. You're maybe obsessed, but like all you want to do is like protect the person, and that's completely all right to feel this way, because everybody does when they're in love. So try not to give help when it is not asked. It will be asked when it is definitely needed, because you're giving away a part of you while helping somebody else when it is not asked, because you have this unconscious expectation with the people while giving. And people must be like, oh, no, I don't expect from people. No, a lot of things are conditioned. Like you are in a relationship, but then like some things would be conditioned. Something would be like, oh, healing your inner child before healing somebody else. Like you cannot really heal somebody. You cannot really be like, oh, like I can fix you and everything. That's so bullshit. You can help them heal. You can't heal them. You can definitely be a support system to heal. Just I ask right now to ask help from your friends or anybody so that they can help you heal in some aspects of your life. But you cannot fix them, heal them, and everything. They have to decide if they want the help. You cannot do shit about it. So stop it. You have to stop it. And this is like you have to rewire your brain into thinking they don't want shit's help right now, and I'm not gonna help them out. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you had a great time. I forgot that I had coffee all along. It's cold now. Anyway, I'll re-hot the coffee and take care of yourselves. Bye. I have exams, but I'm still making videos because suddenly I've been loving making videos so much, and I'm just so happy whenever I upload a video. But yeah, and thank you. I hope you like the episode, and take care of yourselves. And bye.